Good afternoon. I'm Chancellor Alexander Cartwright, and we are here to celebrate the very generous gift to the University of Missouri and the College of Human Environmental Sciences in particular. With me today, and in the order they will speak, are Dr. Sandy Raccoon, Dean of the College of Human and Environmental Sciences. Sandy, yes, everybody knows him. James Hoffenblatt, a graduate student in architectural studies and an alumnus of the interior design program. James. Yes. And Barb and Marlese Gourley, who are here. Yes. And we also have Vice Chancellor for Advancement, Tom Hiles, here today. So let me start by giving you a little background about the Gourleys. Marlese is a retired educator and alumna of our College of Education. And Robert is an entrepreneur who graduated from Missouri State University, which was known as Southwest Missouri State University. Yes, that's good. Good job. Many members of their immediate and extended family have ties to MU, including their daughter Anne, their son David, and their grandsons, Mac, who is currently a Kaffner undergraduate student. Yes, Kaffner, yes. And Will, who is a freshman this year also in Kaffner. So it's great. With us today, of course, we have a number of other university leaders, and several members of my staff are here, and other directors. But I want you to know that the Mizzou Our Time to Lead campaign has a really ambitious goal of $1.3 billion, focused on 4 priorities: endowment, signature centers and institutes, campus renaissance, and student success. Student success means ensuring Mizzou students have access to world-class learning opportunities, inside and outside the classroom. For Bob and Marlese, their passion is student success. It is my pleasure to announce the Gourley's gift to create the Robert and Marlese Gourley Family Studio for Innovative Design and Fabrication. This remarkable gift will train the next generation of leaders in design at Mizzou by using state-of-the-art digital visualization and fabrication tools in the Architectural Studies Department. The Gourleys were inspired to make this gift in honor of the stellar faculty who made such an impression on their daughter, Anne. Anne graduated from the department in 1995, and some of those faculty members, I believe, are here today. So this is great. Who all raise your hands? Let's put yes. There we go. And beyond the direct impact on architectural studies students, this gift also will benefit students in the School of Visual Studies for Art Installations, Department of Theater for Art Design, and the College of Engineering for large-scale prototyping. In these ways and others, the Gourley's gift will support both experiential learning and entrepreneurship. We cannot recognize Marlese and Bob enough for their generosity and vision. And on behalf of the Mizzou community, I want to offer my sincere thanks to both of you. So thank you. Now, and before I get myself in any trouble talking about things I don't completely understand, we'll have the dean of the school come up to talk about the impact of this gift. Dean Raccoon, thank you.
I never minded talking about things I don't understand. Comes with being a sociologist. I do have some remarks that I want to give about the incredible impacts and the outcomes that we expect as a result of the Gourley gift. But I first really should note that they're not first timers, they're not first callers. They've been involved for many years and many projects on the Mizzou campus. not just with HES, but I know also with education, with libraries, and with vet med. And there's a couple of people around here who have been in HES before me who know them much better. I'd just like to recognize them. Steve Jorgensen, my preceding dean, 2001 to 2015. And did B make it? B. Smith did not make it. If you see a tall, elegant-looking woman come in, it'll be B. Smith. Okay. One project I do want to mention, though, before I talk about this one specifically, and that's about 5 years ago, the Gourleys made a major gift that allowed our Child Development Lab, which is part of Human Development and Family Science, to basically erect and establish a huge working learning garden for all of the kids in the Child Development Lab. And it's a gift, and you know gardens, that keeps on giving. And there's a few guests that want to come in and show you how long-lasting this legacy is. So.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
I guess I should have thought, how am I going to follow that? You know, one of the words that is used a lot around, at least this university and other places, is transformation. Sometimes I think it's overused. It tends to mean change, but it's 4 syllables instead of 1. But in this case, I want to talk about the Gourley's gift, not in terms of it being a transformation, but it coming at a very transformative time in terms of the department and in terms of the discipline. All right? So before I do that, there's a mantra that we need to get today. And the mantra is visualize, actualize. Okay, ready to try it? Visualize, actualize. One more time. Visualize, actualize. I mean, that's what architects and designers do, right? They have to visualize their ideas and their concepts, and then they have to try to actualize those ideas and concepts into material form. Now, just about every meeting of academics in this field, every meeting of professionals, when they talk about these two things, visualization and actualization, they recognize that there's a huge new wave of technology that's really going to impact both of these aspects of the work. And these two things are virtual reality and digital fabrication. Virtual reality on the visualization side, digital fabrication on the actualization side. So in architecture here at Mizzou, we have 2 major learning and research laboratories, one for each part of the mantra. So the Immersive Visualization Laboratory, which actually we will have tours after this event on the 2nd floor of Stanley, is the visualization location for the department, and it's where students use various kinds of digital media and virtual realities to visualize their ideas and their concepts. So with the gift of the Gourleys, we're going to be able to do some really important major infrastructural improvements in the iLab, the Immersive Visualization Lab, including, for example, putting up a major 3D, three-dimensional tile display that all the students can use. And as Alex inferred, there are 45 professors around campus that use the iLab, and these 45 students have 150 graduate students. So this is really a gift to HES that benefits the entire campus. Okay. The fabrication side of the department is really the building technology lab, and that's basically straight behind you is Gentry Hall, and in the basement of Gentry Hall is the fabrication lab where we actualize our ideas into material form. And here the Gourley's gift will have just tremendous impacts. Okay, we're going, this started with power tools. What are we going to have now? We're going to have laser cutters and vacuum machines to help students form small architectural models. And then when they want to do large scale things and large scale structures, which they do, they're going to have these CNC routers. And I know what that stands for. Computer numeric controlled routers. And these are routers, not where you hold your little tool up to the wood that's going around and around. These work on 3 axes, and they work on a larger one they're going to have. It's going to work on 5 axes. And they're going to have a robotic arm that's going to work on 6 axes. Now, I'm a sociologist. I can't even imagine 6 axes at the same time. But this will allow them basically to produce complex forms. And this will basically bring the department into the cutting edge of visualization and fabrication in the field. Now let me just speak, so that's the transformation in terms of technology. The transformation in terms of architectures, this is a department that consistently has ranked in the top 20 in the country. I think it was last year, Ruth, or the year before, the first program nationally ever to win awards both for its undergraduate curriculum and teaching and its graduate in the same year. It's a tremendous department, and it's one that's built on, and no pun intended, built, on the shoulders of giants, okay? But giants who are retiring. This past year, Ruth Toffel, chair for 34 years, but she started when she was 18, right? And Benny Schwartz, is Benny here?
No, but B just walked in.
Oh, B just walked in. B, can you come in? Can we just give you a clap? This is B. Smith. B was dean when I first arrived at Mizzou, not in HES, but in Ag. She served from 1977 to 2001. Is that correct? Okay. I know I would have heard it if I got it wrong. So Ruth is retired. Ben Schwartz, a giant in the field, has retired. And then 4 years ago, this man, Ron Phillips. Ron, can you stand up for a minute? 15 years ago, there was another ceremony here on campus. It was across the way at Gentry Hall, and it was the dedication of the Building Technology Lab. And Ron Phillips is the architect, so to speak, of that lab. And there's another person here I want to recognize, and that's Brad Eifert. Where's Brad? Brad is from Boone County Lumber, and Boone County Lumber was the main sponsor. It's all a lesson that this university functions well, but it functions at its toppest level, toppest? That's not the right word, is it? At its highest level, with the support of the community, with the support of donors. I mean, that's the only way we really achieve our highest levels. And so Boone County Lumber had a lot to do with the start of the lab. And Ron Phillips then, for 15 years, instilled his creative genius on students in architectural studies, including Anne, the daughter of Marlese and Bob Gourley. So I want to recognize them, but they've all retired. And so the last thing I want to do is recognize our new generation. Okay, the second transformation really is the transformation of the department. The new leader of architectural studies, Bimal Balakrishnan. Could you stand up, Bimal? And his terrific faculty, Laura Cole, I've seen, Jongbom Kim is here, Lyria Bartlett, Mike Goldschmidt, Robert Walsh, all of them. So it's all to say we're just entirely well-positioned for the future, okay? We've got now the resources, we're going to have the technology, we've got the faculty, and we have the best students on campus. And you're going to hear from one right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Raccoon. Hello. My name is James Solpfenblad. I am a PhD student here in Architectural Studies. I'm also an alumnus from the program when I graduated in interior design in 2010. When I look back at some of the most memorable moments that I've had in this school, or an undergraduate, a lot of them involve building things hands-on. With the advice of Dr. Phillips and his guidance into in the building technology lab, he taught us about wood joinery and different construction methods. And we got to learn about the foundations of building and construction. Other faculty, like Professor Goldschmidt and Professor Bartlett, took our skills that we learned and to competitions like the Solar Decathlon, where we built a house and transported it to Washington, D.C. and put it in a national mall. Competed against international teams and did surprisingly well. We were also televised on a show in St. Louis that we competed against another in building a project over there. All of these experiences had me doing things hands-on and got me the job that I had after graduation. I worked for 3 years working in digital fabrication, and I learned it on the job. The program didn't have a lot of digital fabrication at the time, but thanks to the strong foundations that we were taught, I quickly learned and advanced and actually led lots of other people within our company. I came back to MU as a graduate student after seeing the exciting work that was going on in the iLab and under the advice of Dr. Balakrishnan, because I thought that this is where the future was headed in the profession. So what we do in the lab is we envision the future of architecture in virtual reality. We collaborate with different groups around campus, like the medical school, the Thompson Center for Autism, civil engineering, and we create training environments in virtual reality and simulations. All of these projects have helped me. This summer, I took some of them to Facebook headquarters, as well as to Tsinghua University in Beijing, which is one of the leading universities in Asia, to present our work. At the same time, I got to see a lot of the leading companies, tech companies, and leading universities working with augmented reality and virtual reality. What struck me was that they're putting all these things together with fabrication. One group that I saw are actually putting on goggles, and then they're visualizing things that they created on the computer, and then with fabrication tools, they're bringing them to life right in front of their eyes. Others are using similar technology and robotic arms, which, thanks to this gift, we will have access to. They're using to 3D print concrete and create complex forms and digital structures that are with very similar methods. I'm very excited for the students that they will soon have the same opportunities that these universities, some of the best universities in the world. For that, on behalf of the students, we deeply, deeply appreciate this gift. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Gourley.
So I'm just doing a close here, but I just want to make sure, would you like to do any rebuttal before I finalize anything? Any updates or changes? Well, I just want to, again, thank our amazing donors today. I told Bob earlier, we did check the eligibility status, and we discovered they had one play of eligibility left, so we're going to bring them on the kickoff team tomorrow, so we'll be out there. But I did want to, before we wrap up, also recognize my colleagues in advancement, because when I saw the young children coming across and everyone honed in on that, I knew where that work came from. And so I want to recognize and thank Liz Bird, Karen Grinch, and also the wonderful Nancy Schultz for all their work and help in putting all this together. And I just want to close by saying, you know, this gift is a very significant gift. I know we didn't talk about the number, but it's a very significant gift, and it helps our campaign, and we're very grateful for that. It is a $1.3 billion campaign, and with the help of the Gourleys and many other donors, we're now closing in the $1.1 billion mark. So that's important, and that's important money and real money that helps students and helps faculty and helps our university. But we're all for more, everyone's for more money. But when I look at this, what it really is inspiring is the impact that it has. You can see the faculty that it's impacting, the students that it's impacting, and what's inspiring to me, having done this work for 32 years, is to see people like you who may not meet these students that's helping, you're helping, or the faculty, but you still give generously anyway. You know the impact that it might have and the multipliers that we'll have in these people, in students' lives and the future of our students and the state of Missouri, and that just really swells my heart with inspiration. So would you please join me one more time in thanking Bob and Marlese, and thank you so much.
I just want to say I'm astounded. I can't take in all this of what a $5,000 donation can do. It's just overwhelming. The way you can stretch money must be amazing. No, I tell you, this was not a hard decision for our family, because our family over here makes most of the decisions. And we did visit throughout the other schools in the campus, and we wanted to put our money where we thought it would do the most good. And I'm telling you, it was so obvious that where this could go. And the other thing is, when we walked out, Marlese said, "You're going to give them some money." And that's what we did. And this is delightful. We're thrilled to be here with you, and we're thrilled to see the results of what is happening and what will happen with this. And Ron Phillips has a lot to do with the fact that he encouraged our daughter so much while he was here. So thank you very much.